Hi everyone, it's Marcy here from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Canada. And let me turn this there. Sorry about that. I sell all of the products that I share with you. I was not here last week. It was my birthday last Thursday, so I want to start today's video by sharing some happy mail with you. Hi, Anne-Marie, how are you? So this is my amazing stack of birthday cards that I received. This was from my friend Tamara out west. Isn't that beautiful? And then we've got, this is from my dear friend and customer Pat. Very pretty. You'll notice as we go along here that the theme, pink and sparkly. This is from my friend and customer Chris. This was a celebration stamp set a few years ago. Isn't that so pretty? I don't know if you can see that glitter there or not. And then this is from Lynn. Isn't that gorgeous? Ink. I forget what she said that was. I forget the technique, but I said, you're going to have to show me. So Lynn is one of my downline and friend. This is from Tammy, who is a customer. Isn't this gorgeous? I love the little micro beads. I remember playing with those a few years back. I haven't used them in a long time. It really does make such a pretty effect on the card. And then this is from Marg. Isn't that gorgeous with the gold leaf? Beautiful. And then this is from friend and downline Linda. Again, pink. Everybody knows I like my pink and I like my sparkle. My friend Joanne, pink and gray, very pretty. I like all the different lengths and styles of the designer series paper that she's got on this. This is from my sister Carol. Isn't that pretty? I love how she sponged the doilies. This is from my children. They know that they are not allowed to go to the store and buy a card. Just go into Mom's stash. So this is one that I had created. And of course, pink and sparkle. My husband, he always makes me cards on the computer. My sister Anne. And my girlfriend Marg. My mother-in-law and father-in-law. Isn't that pretty? And then this I saved till last to show you. This beautiful card is from my downline and friend Sharon, and she also made me this gorgeous sampler. How beautiful and thoughtful was she? I mean, wow, I was just blown away by this. It's just wow is all I can say. So, and this was the pretty card that she had created with it. So look at all that beautiful shimmer. So thank you once again to everybody who had sent me birthday wishes, birthday hugs, birthday cards, birthday presents. I absolutely appreciated them. There is nothing like happy mail. Last Thursday I went to lunch and did some shopping with my sister and a girlfriend, and it was fabulous. So last night was my annual catalog kickoff party. So I want to, actually I'll move this out of the way first. I want to show you up close this rosette banner that I made to see here. Now see if I can't get that all in the screen here. How fun is that? So I will have that displayed. So this is using the, it starts with art. I can't show you the inside of the catalog till next week. I cannot wait. Follow Your Art Designer Series paper. My catalog's off to the side, so I'm just opening it up and taking a look. But yeah, so this is to make the rosettes. You need, one rosette takes 2 strips of 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. That is 1 3/4 by 12 inches. And then you score it at every 1/2 inch, and then you accordion fold it. And then you, okay, I'll flip this over. I don't know. You can see that this is where I had glued them together. I like to attach the 2 mountains together and have the glue underneath on the valley side. So that way there's no seam showing. And my hot glue here. And then so I take a punched out circle and put some hot glue on there. And then it's really hard to judge where it is. So then you just stick that on. So that is then on there. And then this scallop circle punch is also hot glued onto this so it doesn't come off. And then I laid it all out and measured it and used just some white ribbon. And then I took a couple small punched circles, and I've got 4 glue dots behind here. 2 to hold my ribbon, and then 1 on either side to hold this together. And then I have glued, liquid glue on this so that my rosette glues to that as well as to the backing there. So, and of course, because I was making this for my craft classroom, it had to have the pink and the sparkly. So isn't that fun? So making rosette signs, you could do this for baby showers, for birthday parties, or anything like that, bridal showers. It's just a fun way to decorate. And then you just tie it to something. Just leave yourself enough excess on there to tie it up and display it. And then, as you can see, it's fairly sturdy. So that is that. Now, on to a little bit of news here. So my first paper share is closed. I need 4 people per paper share, and my first one is filled. I will have another one if I've got 4 people who are interested in doing it. And I will run this through the month of June. So if I've got 4 people to take part in the paper share, then I will go forward with the next one. So there's that. My In Color Club, I need 1 more person to get going on that one. I've got 4 out of the 5 people. So you get all 5 of the new In Colors. You get to be a host 1 month, and it runs for the 5 months, and it is $57 a month for porch pickup if you're local, or if you're anywhere else in Canada, add $13 for priority mailing. Payment is e-transfer or cash only, and the payment has to be made to me by the 1st of each month. I will send out a reminder the end of the previous month to collect the money so that on the 1st I can get that order entered. Although June, the catalog does not go live until the 4th and not until the afternoon. So again, I've got 1 more spot available for my In Color Club, and that runs from June to October. And one of the months you will be the hostess and gain the host rewards. And you get a package of the cardstock, which is 24 sheets, a roll of the In Color scalloped linen ribbon, 1 ink pad, 1 ink refill, 1 Stampin' Up marker, 8 sheets of the 6x6 DSP, and a hand-stamped card featuring the color of your month. So each month you would be a different color. So by the end of the 5 months, you're going to have all of the 5 new in colors. Okay, so move that to the side. Now, classes. They will be posted later. I have to do my newsletter, so I have Stamp Chat and Snack is next Tuesday at 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock. I have spots available in the afternoon and in the evening. Stamp a Stack is, Stamp Chat Snack is 3 cards. Stamp a Stack is 10 cards. It's 5 designs, 2 of each. It's Tuesday, June 11th at 1 or 6:30. It's $30 or it's free with a $35 order. I will get that out later today as well. And then Over the Moon is on Tuesday, June 25th at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. And the cost for that class is $34, and that includes the stamp set, or $20 for just the cards. And that sign up is by the 14th so that I can get the stamp sets ordered for those who are wanting the stamp set. So I just wanted to show you, this is what I did with my catalog. I've never done this before. I can't open this to show you, but I get my catalogs bound at Staples. I asked for a clear binding ring, and I put a clear sheet on the front and the back, so that way it protects it. And then I bought these little tags to show me, and then I sat and wrote out where everything is in the catalog. So your bundles, your everyday occasions, your designer series paper, your ribbons and embellishments, all that. So that way if somebody's got a question, I just flip to that little tab and there it is, open on my desk. So that's easy to find. So last night I had, like I said, I had my catalog kickoff party, and thank you again to everybody that came. I truly do appreciate it. And I had 3 door prizes. So my sister Ann was here this morning, and she was the one that drew the names. So for the Wink of Stella, because everybody knows how I love my Wink of Stella, so I had to include one of those. Debbie Pereira is the winner of that. The collapsible scrap bin, I have 2 of them right close to my crafting area. I have one right here at this desk and then one over at my cutting desks. So Chris Van Massenhoven won that. And then the color coach was Eileen Lobb. She was a brand new lady that came last night with her friend Mary Goff. Thank you so much, Mary, for bringing somebody new to meet me. So she actually was the lucky winner of the color coach. Now, I have had somebody inquire about this, if it was something that was in the catalog, and I had messaged her saying that no, this was in the Demonstrator resources, because she was interested in getting one. So I have decided that I have to figure it out, but I will offer these for a small fee to people who want one. Now I'm saying I can't give it out for free because this uses a lot of cardstock and a lot of ink. So I will charge a small fee. I just have to figure out, I have to do the math to figure it out, and then I will post. So anybody who is interested in one of these, I will make them up and sell them. Now, this is just a dollar store binder rings. They're super cheap and easy to pick up at the dollar store. So you can put whatever color, whatever size ring you want. And so, but I use this all the time for my color combinations when I want to explore different colors and stuff like that. You think, I want to step outside my comfort zone. What am I going to do? So I pull out my color coach and I say, see what colors that Stampin' Up says goes together. And some of them you would be like, I never thought of that. So it's a fun resource. So that is that. So let's get on to today's card. Move that out of the way. So today we are going to be using the adorable Over the Moon stamp set. I love this stamp set, and was super happy to start playing with it. I got a class created with it right away, but I didn't post it until I saw what people thought last night, whether they would be interested. So this is the card that I'm going to be creating with you today. All of the measurements, as always, will be on Saturday on my blog. And because I knew I would be doing a little bit of chatting at the front of my video here, I already stamped my inside because I've decided that no naked insides. So I've started to really force myself to stamp something on the inside. So my inside matches my outside. It's something that I generally would leave them blank. I don't know why. It's just something that I never thought about. And I'd seen somewhere that somebody had said that you really should be making your inside as pretty as your outside. So I started to do that. So let me just bring in all my pieces. So my color is Soft Seafoam. Pretty Purple Posy. I don't have the ink pad for that. That's why I had to think about that. And my Thick Whisper White and my Grapefruit Grove, which is an in color as well. So and then these are all the blends I'm using. I have my dark and my light Daffodil Delight. I have my Ivory for the hooves. I have my light Pool Party, my light and dark Petal Pink, my light and dark Soft Seafoam, and my light Smoky Slate. And then, of course, my Color Lifter. So let's get started by, first off, stamping my cow that is dreaming. Now this card here, I actually cased it right from the annual catalog, the new annual catalog. I just changed the colors. The colors in the new annual catalog for this card were, I think, Granny Apple Green and Flirty Flamingo. And although it looked nice, to me, when you're dreaming, your colors are more muted. At least that's what I feel. So that's what I went with. So I pulled the subtle colors. So I'm just going to stamp my dreaming cow right here. And then the heart bubble. And again, I always flip it over after I've inked it up to make sure I've got ink on there. You don't want to, especially with this type of stamp, you cannot see through it. So you want to make sure that you can not have to flip your cardstock over. Make sure that you've got it well covered. And then we've got our little grass. So you could go as much or as little for the grass as you want. I only want on this card here, I only wanted to put 2 little bits of grass there. So let's close that up and move that to the side. Now when I store my Memento and my Versamark, I store them upside down like this because when you take that lid off, you can see that if it's stored this way, all my ink is going to settle to the bottom of my ink pad. So by storing it upside down, it helps that ink stay towards the top of my ink pad, because your regular ink pads here, that's the way, you can see that's the way they're stored, that the ink pad is upside down, so all the ink stays towards the top of the ink pad. So with your Memento, your Versamark, and your StazOn, store them upside down so that way your pad stays juicier at the top. There's more ink there, so you get a better stamped image. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the side for a second, and I am going to bring in my little snippet of the Grapefruit Grove, and I'm going to ink up my Dream Big. And try to not get my head in here. See how I did. Oh, that's a little too low, I think, so I'm just gonna flip that over, and know that I'm being fussy today, so I'm just gonna flip that over, and that's a little higher. That's better. I like that much better. So there's my Dream Bag. Okay, now I don't have the purple Posy ink pad because there was quality issues, like I had told you before. Stampin' Up pulled them because of the quality issues. So I am using my Versamark instead. I hadn't cleaned my black ink off of my heart thought bubble there. So what I'm going to do is just, it's clean, so I'm just going to dry it on my pants. So I'm using my Versamark because it is going to give me that tone-on-tone look. When you don't have the ink pad that coordinates, if you pull out, if you've got a Versamark, if you do any embossing at all, pull out your Versamark, and that is going to give you the tone-on-tone look that you are looking for. There's a fluffy there. Okay, so I am just random stamping my thought heart bubbles here. Okay, can you see that? So that's my tone-on-tone. So if you don't own the proper ink color that goes with your cardstock, use your Versamark. Make your supplies go farther than originally thought. That way you get more bang for your buck. Now, this here cardstock is wider than what my triple banner punch is. So what I'm going to do is flag it myself, and I just want to show you an easy way to flag so that some people struggle with how do you get it even. Take a ruler, and this is 2.5 inches wide. So I know that 1 1/4 inches is my halfway. So I'm just taking my take your pick tool here. You can use a pencil, but I'm just marking my center. All I'm doing. So reach over here and grab my snips. So you can see that I've got that little mark there. So that's the center of my cardstock piece here. So I am just going to take my snips and snip up right there, and then I'm going to the corner to angle to meet that line. And there you have it. A very easy way to get a nice even look for your flagging of your end of your cardstock. Okay, so I'm just going to take my bone folder here. I'm just giving my Memento ink a few seconds extra to dry there. That's why I'm doing these other steps first. And because I was using my glue from my banner yesterday, it's not wanting to come out. So last night, I had my cupcakes. I had ordered custom cupcakes from Chick Boss Cake in London. They are on Wellington near Horton, where anybody that's familiar with London, where the Organic Works used to be. I ordered them online, paid for them online, and then just went in and picked them up. Told them what I wanted, and oh my goodness, yum. Not so good for when you're trying to watch what you're eating. I'm going to switch my ink, my glue, see if this one here will. But, oh yeah, this one's working. Yeah, so I do have to admit that I had one before bed last night after cleaning up and everything, and it was just delicious. So, and I also had made yesterday morning, I made rhubarb muffins. I've been making this same recipe for, oh my goodness, years and years and years. 2000 and the early 2000s. I first started stamping with Nellie Levitt. She was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Strathroy, and one of the classes, she made this rhubarb coffee cake, and it was delicious. And I got the recipe, and I have been making it ever since. And yesterday, instead of making it as a cake, I made it as muffins. And that way I was able to throw the extra muffins in the freezer, so that they're not out tempting me as I'm trying to be good for my upcoming cruise. Okay, so now I'm going to start coloring my cow. I'm not doing a whole lot of blending. So this is my dark petal pink, and I'm going to color in my heart, trying to avoid touching those black Memento ink lines. And then I'm also going to color in my cow's nostrils and the ears. Okay. Then my bell, we are going to just give a dark line right there. And then I'm coming in with my light Daffodil Delight and going over just slightly and just dotting that. My hooves are ivory, as I said. These cows are so adorable, and they really don't take too awful long to color in if you're doing a fairly simple coloring job like I'm doing here, or you could get quite elaborate if you chose. Now my cow spots are light smoky slate. You could also use your StazOn and color with your aqua painters and your ink pads or your watercolor pencils. So many options. But I love these punny animals. They're just adorable. And one more spot here. And then my grass is dark soft seafoam. Okay, and then I took my light soft seafoam and I brought it up under here because my cow is laying in the grass daydreaming. I remember doing that as a little kid. Oh, Loli's up. She was sleeping on a box. She has a bed in here in my craft room, but she would rather sleep on bags and boxes. She's a silly girl. I'm trying to avoid bleeding into my color of my hooves here. I'm just feathering that over there. And then I'm taking my light pool party and I'm just going around to give a bit of shadow here. And then I'm going to take my color lifter and just blend those lines out slightly so that it's not quite so dark, because I don't want that harsh line. So my color, oh, before I do that, one more thing. My light, I forgot to do my chin here. So what I did is I just gave it a little bit of shadow. And that noise you may be hearing is Lola licking the carpet. I don't know what she thinks she's going to get off of the carpet. There's just paper shreds down there. So then I'm just going to take my color lifter and just like that, and then you can see that it's just lifting, blending, moving that color out of. No, and now she's coughing. Doesn't that sound pleasant? She has her checkup tomorrow with the vet for them to check and make sure everything is okay. She's, as I think I've told you before, she's 15. She's got congestive heart failure. So that's what that coughing is. She's only 9 pounds, but we carry her up and down the stairs outside to go to the bathroom, because when she expends too much energy, that is when she will have a seizure sometimes. And she thinks she wants to run around and play. And we're like, oh, don't do that, silly. But sometimes she still thinks she's a puppy. Okay, so I'm just going to bring her over to my chair so she can sit up here with me there. Okay, so now I am going to grab some dimensionals. And I'm going to attach my Dream Big. This is the one that, as you can see, I'm just using a little bit of glue, not too awful much. Now this Dream Big, this sentiment could be for anything. It could be graduation, moving to a new city, whatever. Or you could sub out that sentiment for something else that you might want. These cows are so adorable. They could be for anything. And that one. So I like to use one in the middle and in the four corners, so that way it's not going to be, it's not going to collapse before it gets to its intended recipient. And there you have it. How cute is that card? Just adorable. So, what do you think? I think this one here, I've got a bit more, I went a little higher with the coloring. I like the little bit lower coloring, but super duper cute. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I truly do appreciate you taking a few moments from your day to come craft with me. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. If you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you currently work with and you live in Canada, I would be happy to send you a catalog to wherever it is you live. Just let me know. This catalog here is absolutely fabulous, and I cannot wait to be able to open it up and share the inside with all of you. There's so much in there that even though I've done the pre-order, I cannot wait on Tuesday to add a few more things to my stamping supplies. So again, the In Color Club, I have one more spot available. So contact me if you would like to take that spot. My paper share, my first share of 4 is filled. If you'd like to gather some friends and do another share, I'm very happy to do that for you. So that is all for me today. I have some computer work to get to now to type up my class lists and get that sent out and all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day with me. I truly do appreciate it, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Bye for now.